Stadium here in Orchard Park. Straight ahead, we punch the second of 2 tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
On the carry for Baltimore.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
From the 27, Jackson. And going deep. And got his man complete. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 71 yards.
That is definitely what we call a defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Leads to second and goal at the Bills' 2-yard line.
More muscle up front for this second and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. So much for being intimidated on the road in the playoffs, right? That was a pretty clinical drive right there.
Yeah, they seem to come out with the attitude of, we don't deal with pressure. We create it, and the other team just took it right down the field and stuffed it in the end zone.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's the all-pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26.
10-10 at their own 26-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
To the ground, this time with Ingram. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2. Remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. On the counter, this is Singletary. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Returning it is Moore. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Ravens will get it First and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it first and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
To the Bills now with a first and 10 at their own 26. He'll give it to Singletary here to start the drive. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Devin Singletary, the ball.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 29, Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll go to work with a little momentum following the free kick, first and 10. The pass there over the middle to start things out. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Singletary. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39.
He's brought down.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Ravens 17, Bills 2.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Singletary here running out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Allen. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there. Not much there, only a yard.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Allen to throw once more. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this 1st half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Calais Campbell drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. This one from 35 yards away.
5-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That's about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
Third and 2. Here's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now it's Jackson being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerry Hughes picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on first and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Jackson going to find his running back here. It's Dobbins. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that is going to set up third and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. And if they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
He's got a first down past the 30. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
Yeah, making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there.
The ball carrier.
The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
21-yard line.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Jackson now. And he's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Dobbins. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Jackson to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson as the first half is winding down, and the Ravens will extend their lead. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the 2nd half of this AFC divisional round. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Like 22, he's coming. Right here.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen escaping the pressure right. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
A Hall of Fame coach once said there are no medals for trying. And that wasn't a trying effort, was it? That was a winning effort. How about that great catch?
Excellent. They know, hey, you lose this game, you get a ding or 2. You got 7 months to heal. They're going to go all out. Allen off the play fake. Open man is Kroon, the tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll flip this quickly out to Beasley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Allen throwing complete to Foster, and he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Play action. Now it's Allen. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Allen flushed out right. And that is incomplete here.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 19. 16 yards, a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Singletary.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Watch the screen. Mike 48.
Now Allen to throw. From the gun, he'll throw. That's caught by Brown for a Bills touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass, and the Bills get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful.
Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
He was brought down.
Tackle made there by Matt Milano. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
19-yard line.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Tyus Bowser able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the gun, Allen. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Matt Judon in there to drop him. It sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Bills 13.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. One final try here for Allen. And that's caught by Beasley. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Allen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Allen, got to have this one. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 22. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty.
Let's go. You tighten up. 29 is Mike 29.
And he's got some space here. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Cole Beasley, 26 yards. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he's able to put it through.
Makes the score Ravens 27, Bills 20. Tyler Bass.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Another run here with Dobbins. He got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. On 3rd and 2, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end that went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
On 2nd down, Ingram. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up the 3rd down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
3rd down.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Again, they'll run with Ingram. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Andre Roberts now to return it. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Tyus Bowser able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tyler Croft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. But now it'll be 3rd down.
He was covered by...
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Mark Ingram, the ball carrier.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Ingram again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
A 50-yard attempt.
And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.